What's up YouTube, I'm Mike, and today I'm back with an update video on my, it's not really spring, just my 2025 Blast to 225. This started on or around the 19th of January. I think we're calling 19th of January our start date. The last video that I released in this cycle, this series of videos, I was at the 1 week mark, I was up 13 pounds. I said in that video that obviously that is rebound gains. I had been sick. I had all my teeth redone, my lower arch. I had all on fours in my lower arch. My body weight had gotten down to the lowest point it has been in the last like 3 years at 193 pounds in the morning. And so my weight shot up pretty quickly, which is what you would expect from rebound gains. So I'm very happy to report that tonight, which is February the 8th, we're coming up on the 3 week mark. I am back up over 210 pounds. I weighed earlier and I was at 210.4. I might end up being a little heavier than that I still have some meals left for the day, but that's the weight we're gonna be going with today. So I'm up a little over 17 pounds in 3 weeks. Again, a lot of that initial weight gain is rebound weight gain. But I'm very happy to be up over 210. One of the things, unfortunately, that I do have to report is that I really do not feel very good at 210. This is a very common occurrence. Every single time I push my weight over about 205, give or take, I start to really feel the effects of the size. Primarily, what I feel is it really starts to negatively affect my breathing. Just getting up and walking from the bedroom to the kitchen my breathing is very labored the heavier I get, and 210 seems to be a point of where it's almost like, you know, everything in life, nothing runs linear. It's like things just kind of go in steps, and for some reason 210 I seem to hit a wall as far as really starting to feel the weight. This could just be because, you know, it's just a process. There's a lot of factors that could be at play. So first, let's start with the anabolics, where I'm at with anabolics. Currently, and I'm not stable on these doses. I just increased my doses recently. So I'm currently pinning 400 milligrams of Deca per week, 600 milligrams of Masteron E per week. I'm pinning 100 milligrams of Tren E per week. And on average, I'm using 5 milligrams of Tren Ace, honestly scattered throughout the week. I'm not using it before every gym day, but I'm probably using on average about 30 milligrams of Tren Ace because I am sort of by definition abusing this drug. If I have to be Monday morning, I will have to go to an early meeting at my office, which is an hour drive away, which forces me to get up earlier than I like to get up. And so I will be very lethargic going into that meeting, and I will pin 5 milligrams of Tren Ace before going to that meeting, so that when I get there, I am my vigorous, upbeat, aggressive, confident self. I don't want to walk into a meeting half-assed dead. So I have been using Tren Ace in that way. If I miss sleep and I need to pick me up, if I have a meeting in the morning and then I train that afternoon and I need another pick me up, I will pin more Tren Ace. So there's days that I pin 10 milligrams of Tren Ace because I had a meeting and a lift day. There's days that I pin 5 milligrams of Tren Ace just for a little extra oomph in the gym. And then there's days like today where I did arms on a Saturday and I felt fully rested and I did not take any. So on average, I'm taking about 30 milligrams of Tren Ace during the week. I absolutely do not recommend this. This causes very fluctuating hormone levels, but because I'm just using it sort of as a pre-workout, or like I'm kind of basically using it in place of caffeine, because caffeine just doesn't work for me. It does nothing. I could drink 10 energy drinks, I swear to God, and take a nap. Like, it's ridiculous. Caffeine seems to have no effect on me anymore, and the Tren Ace does. So that's what I'm doing. My training is different than it's been for the past 3 years. I'm actually training legs again. Thank God. It's really hard for me to make these. My wife is in there doing dishes, and for one of the things that I've noticed on Tren Ace is it makes it really hard for me to focus on anything when there are noises in the room. Like we play cards at night, and at the end of the card game, my wife and I are usually the ones counting counters, and she will play the cards down onto the ground, and it makes a clicking sound every time the card goes to the ground. And I'll be trying to count cards silently in my head, and my brain will jump off of my silent count to counting the clicks of her cards. Like when I'm trying to make this video, I told her, go ahead, do the dishes. The whole time I'm hearing that sound, it's like completely taking me out of my the world that I'm trying to be in. For some reason on on Trenbolone at this dose, I am extremely sensitive to sounds. That is one of the worst, most enduring side effects. Every single time I've gone from no Tren to some amount of Tren within the first week or two, sounds of any kind are extremely grating to me. One of the things that's been kind of interesting, and I know some of you guys are going to call BS, I may have to call my wife in here to prove this, the Tren Ace seems to give me superhuman hearing. Like we were laying in bed a month or so ago, and I kept asking her, what is that sound? And she's like, Mike, there's no sound. I don't hear anything. I'm like, yes, there is. There's like a humming. There's like a really low pitch or a low volume hum. And I'm looking all over the room with my ear, and I trace the hum down to our TV, our LG 65-inch OLED TV. When it's turned off, makes a humming sound. And I got her to come over and put her head down by the TV, and she confirmed that she could hear it. I could hear it completely across the room. She couldn't hear anything, swore there was no sound. So I think that's the reason that sounds are so irritating to me, because it seems to have turned the volume up in my head. I can hear the tiniest sounds all over the house. I don't know what is causing that. I don't know. I mean, it just is what it is. And so I think that's why I'm so sensitive, because I seem to have super enhanced hearing. Maybe the Tren puts you into like a predatory state where all of your predatory senses are turned up. I also seem to catch movement very easily. Like anything moves in the room, I notice it. Very predatory. I think Tren makes you actually an alpha predator. So what I've been doing slightly different in the gym, I have not done this in a very long time. I'm sure I'm going to get some hate for this. I don't really ever see people in the gym keeping a lift log. That's one of the things I always believed in. Most of my lifting career was that the only way that you could get the maximum amount out of your lifts was to log your lifts every time you go to the gym, and then of course progressively overload on your weights. And so like I would go to the gym and I would put in like, say, incline Smith press, start with a warm-up set of 135, then go up to then go to like say 185, 205, 255, 275, counting reps. Usually I do pyramid, so it'd be like, warm-up sets of 12 to 15 reps, and then 12, 10, 8, 6 would be my target reps for my working sets. Usually at the weights that I just gave you, I would get something like 12, 12, 10, 8, going up to 275 on Smith press, incline Smith press. No, I'm not strong. I know that. I've never claimed to be strong. I do not try to be strong. I do not care about strength at all. I only care about time under tension, getting a good stretch on the bottom of my presses, a good contraction at the top without locking out your elbows. Because if you lock out your elbows, then your triceps take over and you deload the pec muscle. It's one of the things that I learned. I had a really hard time growing pecs in the early going. And I've learned that really doing, what some people, like in the powerlifting world, my reps don't even count, because I never go to lockout. Like I go to maybe right here, like Jay Cutler reps, way down deep, and then only to here and down in this range, so that my pecs stay activated constantly throughout the limited range of motion that I'm using. So I'm logging my lifts to make sure that I stay in progressive overload. I'm doing legs again for the first time in years. That is kicking my ass. The good news is that I'm not hating leg day. I'm going to endeavor to try to schedule my leg days with my wife, because doing legs with her, as embarrassing as this is to admit, keeps me honest. Because I will go in there and F off on leg day. I will go super lightweight, just get high reps, and then she'll go in there like the last time when the night that we both pinned Trent Ace, like I would sit down on like a leg extension machine, and I would try to cheat, and I would put it on like 70 pounds or something. She would sit down after me. She'd get like 3 reps, and she's like, wait a minute. What are you doing? She'd drop it down to like 110 or 120 for her first set. She's pretty strong on her legs. On leg press, she hit over 700 pounds. So it's funny because my legs, I lift so little on my legs that's one of the one areas in the gym where I can actually use my wife as a training partner to keep me honest, because she knows when I'm cheating. My legs are stronger than hers, but I will cheat if I can get away with it, just because I hate it and I really genuinely don't care about growing tree trunk legs. I'm only growing my legs this time to help get to my weight goal, and because I do feel like I'm becoming a little lopsided. I'm not ever really going for that true bodybuilder look. You know, like, what's dude's name? The guy that, white guy, he was a classic guy, 212 guy, I mean, Derek Lunsford. Derek Lunsford is just a monster of a man with these gigantic legs. I'm more, baby, what's that guy, that cartoon guy? Johnny Bravo. Like, I don't really care about having giant legs. I do want them to be reasonably proportional though. And so like, I feel like I need to put an inch on my legs, honestly, which is not, no small feat. But that's pretty much my target. So I'm doing legs because I know that I can get some, I feel like cheat weight. I'm probably the only person that feels that way. When I'm trying to get to 225, what I really want to do is grow my body, my upper body to this size. You can come in here, baby. You want to say hi? Hi. This is my daughter, Allison. We call her Allie. She has a YouTube channel called The Rise of Allie. But have you been making any videos lately?
I have made some, but they haven't gone up yet.
They haven't gone up yet?
Mommy's not getting one.
Well, her videos are like 14 hours long, so Mommy has to do a lot of editing.
They're not 14 hours.
Well, they're pretty long.
Maybe 3.
Maybe just 3 hours? Yeah. We finally broke down and let her start playing. What's that game you play? Roblox. And so she records herself playing Roblox. Everybody in our family is an aspiring YouTuber. And she wants to be a singer, I think, when she gets older, right?
Yes.
Okay, give me a hug. Oh, I crushed your nose. Night, sleep tight. I love you.
Love you.
Say bye-bye.
Bye. And it's on YouTube Kids.
It's on YouTube Kids. See how damaged my child is? She's so damaged from living in this house with me. We have the best relationship in the world. I love that little girl to distraction. So where was I at? Johnny Bravo. I'm not trying to have giant tree trunk legs. I just want them to be proportionate. Oh yeah, I know what I was saying. The thing is, like, I feel like if I get to 225 and I put an inch on my legs, then the 225 doesn't count. Like, I got to get to 235 because I want to exponentially grow my upper body. I want, my biceps that are like 18 inches to be fucking 19 inches, right? So like, I want bigger chest, bigger shoulders. I want my upper body to get bigger, but I am so desperate to get to the number that I'm willing to do legs, even if that means that some of the actual weight gain goes to my legs and not to my body. I know it's me, it's retarded, but it is what it is. So I'm just being transparent as always. So those are some of the things I'm doing differently. And like I said, I got up to 210.4. I might get up to 211. So we're closing in on it already. I am not going crazy on the calories. I don't know how much this camera is going to pick up, and then YouTube's going to hammer the resolution. I don't upload in 4K because it's like, who cares, right? I'm very vascular. I'm staying, my six pack is is very deep looking at 210. I'm not going crazy on the calories. I'm keeping the MK677 doses low because basically I'm kind of looking at this as like a year-long cycle. Hopefully it doesn't take that long, but I'm not trying to rush this weight gain because the primary reason that I started this to begin with was psychological. I was not doing well psychologically in a maintenance phase. I need to have something that I am trying to grow into, conquer, dominate. I need to be progressing. And so I would rather gain just a little bit of weight for a protracted period of time than to to try to blast to like dirty bulk and then have to go into a cut. So I'm not expecting to see rapid weight gain. I'm very happy with where I'm at. So at the 3-week mark, I've gone from about 194, 193 up to 210.45. And so I'm happy with that progress because my body composition is staying good. I'm keeping the definition of my shoulders, the vascularity, the detail. Everything is staying very athletic and aesthetically pleasing the way I want it to be. I've got veins all over my calves, everywhere. I know somebody's going to argue with me. I've gotten this checked before. I promise you I'm at 10% or less body fat percentage. Somebody did call my wife's number out, and I think her number is botched. What we probably should both do is just go get a scan, and then we don't have to sit here and hypothesize and have a bunch of people who actually don't know what the F they're talking about get in the comment section and tell us that we don't have the body fat percentage we think we do. So maybe I'll go get another scan and what? Oh, and find out for sure. So there you have it. There's not really a lot to report. That's what's been going on. I'm growing again. I'm doing legs. I'm probably going to be increasing my doses soon, depending upon. I'm taking that easy too. So right now, like I said, 400 milligrams of Deca, 600 milligrams of Masteron, 130 milligrams, give or take, total of Trenbolone in a mixture of E and A. I'm probably going to go, I haven't decided whether I'm going to go up higher on the Masteron next. I have never taken 600 milligrams of Deca before. It's kind of talking to me, honestly. I will admit that at 400 milligrams of Deca and 130 milligrams total Trenbolone compounds, I have had to increase my cabergoline dose. I was taking 1/4 milligram every other day. And over the course of the last 3 or 4 days, I started feeling the doom and gloom returning. And I was noticing a little bit of puffiness under my nipple. I added 1/4 milligram of cabergoline. And lo and behold, both of them went away. So I'm also having a strained voice. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I'm paranoid that I've got whatever's wrong with RFK Jr. That spasmodic thing going on with my voice. My voice seems to be getting worse and worse. Maybe I have throat cancer. I should probably get it looked at. I'm noticing something going on with my voice, and it's not just when I'm talking loud. It seems to be going on in general, and that has come really out of the blue recently. So I don't know what that's about, but maybe this is the precursor to me finding out that I have cancer. So what was I saying? I'm all over the place. Somebody complained in one of my videos recently that I just ramble and I talk all over the place and I don't stay on the topic of the actual cycle, and he couldn't tell who I'm making these videos for. For me! I'm making these videos for me. F you guys. I'm sitting here just talking to the camera. If you guys can enjoy it, if you guys can get something out of it, great. But at the end of the day, I make these videos for me, which is why I sit here in this almost therapy style, production, and I have thoughts that flow into my mind and they just come out on camera and you guys can take it or fucking leave it. So that's the answer to whoever that guy was in the comments. So that's where we're at. I don't know. There's no telling. I could go up to 800 milligrams of Mast first. I have taken 800 milligrams of Mast in the past and tolerated Mast in the past and tolerated it really well. I tolerate Masteron very well in general. It is definitely a great mood boost. I think at the 800 milligram mark, it may be inducing a bit of anxiety. That is something that I am considering tinkering with on this schedule, on this particular protocol. I have stayed true to my word for the past, I think, 3 years now. I take a half of a milligram of Xanax once a day, every day at bedtime. I have had no dosage creep for the past 2 years. I am beginning to believe that I'm not going to be, that one of the reasons that I struggle to run more than a gram and a half, you know, when I get up over a gram and a half of gear, I start to get pretty uncomfortable during the day. And I'm beginning to believe that is anxiety that I'm feeling. So I'm thinking about doing a trial run of taking like a quarter milligram of Xanax in the morning, adding a quarter milligram of Xanax in the morning to see if that doesn't alleviate some of the symptoms of just general uncomfortableness that I experience on high doses of androgens. I don't think it's unreasonable. I think it's very likely that two grams of gear is going to cause some anxiety during the day. And I think that that's primarily what has been causing me to quit these cycles. And if a tiny bit more Xanax will help offset that and I can grow again, then win-win, right? Just when in doubt, add more drugs. That's always the answer. So there you have it. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm planning on doing. That's what I think is coming up probably in the next couple of weeks. I'll show you some Delt. These lights are just terrible. I need to shoot I'll shoot a progress video and post it to my Instagram. And you guys can check it out there. If you are trying, my Instagram is currently locked down because I'm trying to find a job. So it's on private. If you are trying to follow me on Instagram, then you need to message me. I said this before, direct message me, let me know you're from the channel. I'm not allowing anybody in because I don't need subversive activity going on. So you have to prove your worth to me before I let you my Instagram. It's really exciting over there. You guys don't want to miss out. But that's generally where I put my progress updates is on Instagram. So if you care about following along with what I actually look like in decent lighting, then that's where you'll find it. So there you have it. I think enough rambling at the 21-minute mark. I will cut this video short. And as always, thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one.